Hello, my name is Pablo Medina. I'm from Santiago de Chile, and this is my travel story. I hope you like it.
I travel in cruise ships since 2015, but before that, I used to travel a lot backpacking. And when I finished university, I went to backpack around South America. I was supposed to travel one month, maybe 2 months. At the end, I traveled more than 1 year around South America. So I travel with people from all around the world. But it's a funny story how I traveled with this group that we traveled almost half of my trip, and how we met somewhere in Colombia. So we were traveling with this group from different places. We traveled a few weeks, and then we split in some moment in the north of Ecuador. In the south of Colombia already, we split with this Chilean that we were traveling. So I was traveling just with one friend, a Chilean friend. And then we reunite with this Chilean in the north of Colombia, in this town it calls Taganga. Taganga is near Santa Marta in the Caribbean of Colombia. So when we reunite with these Chileans, they were traveling with an Argentinian that used to play the saxophone. So when we arrived there, we started to plan our next step. So one night we were talking with other people, and we met this Spanish guy and an Argentinian guy that used to play the guitar. And start to hear the stories about this park, Tayrona Park. Tayrona Park is a tropical jungle. It's in the Caribbean of Colombia, and you need to pay an entrance. So the stories we start to hear is how to enter there without paying entrance. When you're traveling like backpacking, you try to save much money as possible. So we hear plenty of stories how to go there. So at the end, we were the 4 Chileans, this Argentinian that played the saxophone, and we spoke with this Spanish and the other Argentinian guy, and it says, well, let's go tomorrow to the park. Okay, let's do it. And then
Next morning, we packed everything we had, and we met in this town, Taganga. So we met the 4 Chileans and the Argentinian guy that plays the saxo. But at that moment we realized we never asked for any contact for the Spanish guy and the other Argentinian that played the guitar. So we searched a little bit on the town, we couldn't find them, so we just left. So we took this taxi driver. He took us to buy some things. The idea was to stay at least 1 week inside the jungle. So we bought some water, some food. And from all the stories we heard how to get there, the best one was the one that the taxi driver told us. So the taxi driver took us to the end of this main street. Imagine a street in the middle of nothing, all jungle. And the main street he took us to the end of the park, the Tayrona Park. So the idea was, when it gets dark, where there's no security, we just enter in the night. So he left us past, I remember he passed a bridge, and he left us there where it was some few houses made of wood. We start to call the houses, and this old man appeared, really nice guy. And we asked a favor if it's possible to leave the big backpacks in there, and just, the idea was to enter just with those small backpacks and everything we carry, water and food, to stay inside. So he started to, and we asked how to get there. So he started to make this map in the sand, in the dark. We were with the flashlight full of mosquitoes all around. And he started to make this map on the sand with a stick. And the instructions were like, you go straight, you're gonna find this mango tree, you turn left, you pass the river, and then at the end you're gonna get there. So we followed these instructions. In the middle of the night, with our flashlights, we walked more than 1 hour in the jungle, hearing all these kind of noises, and we finally get there. So we knew we were there because there was a sign, and we arrived to the sea, the Caribbean Sea. So we finally get into the beach. We put all our tents, we make some fire, we find some wood, we made a fire, we cooked, we did everything, but it was all dark, so we had no idea where were we. So next day, I woke up with the sunlight inside my tent, and I could hear the sea right outside the tent. So I opened the tent. One of my friends, the Argentinian guy that plays the saxophone, was already waking up facing the sea. The sea was right there, 10 meters away from the tent. amazing, beautiful. But I needed to see where were we. So I get out from the tent and I look to the back and I can see all this jungle surrounding us. It was all this beach only for us. It was amazing. So, well, everybody wakes up. We stayed there for a few days. Then we walked to another beach and then to another beach and so on and so on. So we walked like 2 hours, maybe a hike in the jungle. You can find mango trees, avocado, coconut on the palms. Try to get a coconut from the palms really hard. And you can find any kind of bugs. We saw these big butterflies, blue butterflies. We see this road with ants, really big ants. We even saw a crocodile the last day. It was insane. A big crocodile right next to the beach. And the third day when we were doing that, we woke up and the Argentinian guy disappeared. He left. He continued his trip. He was a solo traveler. He just continued his trip. He never said goodbye, nothing. Well, later on we found out he continued his trip. He was traveling in the Midwest, playing the saxophone and everything. He's a real traveler. And we continued our trip. So then we arrived to the spot. It was a nice beach and everything, but it was already full of people. It was more touristic, so it was a hotel already there. You can see people sleeping in hammocks. And that day we were caught. The police arrived and they saw that we didn't have the bracelet, so they just kicked us out from the reserve. It was very nice. We stayed about 5 days. We have a nice trekking and all. We saw some animals, we saw some nature, we enjoyed from peace of being in the middle of the jungle, really adventure. But we needed to leave, so we just left. We arrived to the same place that is the big street in the middle of nothing where the taxi driver passed. And being there, a friend of mine, one of the 4 children, needed to have a call. He needed to call his dad, I think it was his birthday. So the next town was about 2 miles away. So he walked all the way over there. We just wait for him. And when he come back, he met this guy on the way, a guy that we met in Taganga. And this guy told him about this guy Tom in Quebrada Valencia. Quebrada Valencia was the next place we were planning to go. So actually I don't remember the name, let's call him Tom. So we packed all our things and we went to this Quebrada Valencia. At the entrance of Quebrada Valencia you need to pay an entrance. So we just asked for Tom. Maybe we can put the tents in there and everything. Okay, you know Tom? Of course, please come here. Okay, we entered, it was a park, so it was everything nature. You just walk like 10 minutes in the nature and go right to this place. It was this girl selling handcrafts and we asked about this famous Tom. Oh, you know Tom, please come here. And we climb a little mountain. They have this small house made of wood. They sleep in hammocks. They have the kitchen made of dirt with some wood they cook all the time. They have the walls like with pareos, you know, really tropical weather, of course, and really hippie, to be honest. And we spoke. We heard about this storm. Maybe we can put the tents in here. And okay, no, it's not a problem. Maybe we can do something for you. Yeah, not a problem. You can stay here and everything. Well, we put the tents and we went to see the Quebrada Valencia. So we walk about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We arrived to this Quebrada. Quebrada means like a fall. So it was this waterfall on the rocks, really pretty, beautiful, with these big pools made, nature pools. And we stayed for a while and then we were coming back, the same trekking, 10 minutes, and guess who we found? The Argentinian that plays the guitar, and the Spanish guy that we met in Taganga. Hey, what up? Where were you? No, man, we went to this guy. They heard the same story about entering the last place of the park. I think they met the same old guy that drew the map on the sand. They entered the same beach and they recorded the same way that we did. They were like 1 day behind us. The funny thing, after they finished, they kicked them out too because they found them without the bracelet, and they heard the same story about this guy Tom. So when we arrived back to our tents, he already had their own tents in there. They hear about Tom, the same guy they put the tent, because they hear they could put the tent in the same place. So well, we met all together. After a while, the Argentinian guy has to leave and the Spanish guy continued with us traveling. After that, we traveled around 5 months until we split in Cusco, Peru. After, what a travel. So that's my story.